30th. And if you're watching this, you're still on the planet. Yay! I'm just thinking about, all the interesting things that are going on everywhere and how this year, I keep coming back to this, that this year we're governed by the Nine of Spades, the Death card. And yeah, it doesn't mean that we're all going to die, but things are not going to be the same by the time we get to January 1st, 2025. They're just not. I mean, they're already not. They are already not the same as they used to be, and it's getting crazier. Um, and, we need to wake up. I'm sure all of you are awake. We need to wake up our neighbors. It's like, hello, are you paying attention to what's happening? Or are you just, uh, do we need some coffee? Coffee? How about some crack? Sorry. So today is the Jack of Hearts day. Here's this little Jack of Hearts. It's, the Jupiter card in the Venus line, which is love beyond imagination. This is why this card is often referred to as the card of sacrificial love, because Jupiter makes everything more, makes everything bigger. However, this is the Mercury card, and guess who's the Venus card? And we're in the Venus line, and the planetary ruler today, the sidekick to the Jack of Hearts, is the Six of Hearts, who is in the double Mars house. This could be a strain for some people if your relationship has needed attention and you haven't given it, or whoever you're in relationship with hasn't given your relationship the proper attention, maybe to a specific detail. This could come to the surface today, and we really need to be the Buddha. We must be equanimous. We must be neutral and observe what's happening. And at the same time, we have to put ourselves first. Often we have a hard time doing that. I know my generation was taught the opposite. You're supposed to give to everyone else and put yourself last. But that's not what's meant to be. We must put ourselves first and our dreams. And in doing so, we give other people boop, boop, boop. We give other people permission to do the same, right? Whenever we take a step forward for ourselves, empowering ourselves, and I'm not talking about our ego, we could all do without those things, but when we put our heart's desire, who we are, our true self, our soul first, then we give other people permission to do the same thing just by our actions. And that's actually what this Jack teaches us. And I've said this before, and I'll probably say it 100 times more at least. This card teaches us the difference between sacrifice and giving. Giving comes from us being fulfilled. Giving is natural, like a waterfall going over the edge of a cliff. Sacrifice is when we do something we don't really want to do, but we feel obligated to do it. And there's a difference between obligations we've committed to, and at the same time, we have to keep a balance and pay attention to our natural rhythms. We were in the club suit for 13 days. And the switch, we go diamonds, clubs, now we're doing hearts. And every month there'll be more hearts until December, they're all there. And it's a big change. And for some of us, it's an easy change. For others, sometimes I can get a little lazy in the heart suit. And I don't want to do that because actually my relationship with the heart suit are all spade cards. So, and spades are little worker bees, right? So, most of them. But, this is like we need to be careful with our thoughts today and look at possibilities because we can accomplish whatever we want to. If we can see the possibility, then it's possible, right? And we need to look to see how to get there, which this Nine of Clubs in Mercury, how we think and perceive, can do. Our relationships need to be 100% in alignment with our integrity, or there could be a rift today. I think there's a rift between my tongue and my brain this morning. Okay. Also, the Two of Hearts is in Mars. And we go vertical to the Six of Clubs. So this is another card that represents connections, and it's in Mars. Mars likes to battle, but Mars is also very motivated. And the Six of Clubs is the messenger. It's like our relationships are mirrors, right? We get to see ourselves in our relationships. Oftentimes we project ourselves and our stuff onto the other person and think it's them. But if we look at the other person as a mirror, and if we see something that's bugging us, I always ask myself, okay, how am I in relationship with myself relative to this? Am I doing this to me? I do that. Although I don't experience that too often, but sometimes. And we're mirrors for each other. What if there was only one of us here bobbling about, seeing ourselves in all these different forms? How are we doing with that? I hope you have a magnificent day. I have to leave it on that note. I tell you, I could go on and on about stuff. I'm not going to do it because I believe that opinions are, dangerous things. Opinions are to be kept to themselves, I think. However, we must remember we're in a delicate situation here on planet Earth. And the Nine of Spades is the most powerful card of spiritual initiation. Some people say it's, the Jack of Spades. He's definitely a card of spiritual initiation. But the Nine of Spades, ma'am, when that card gets in your face, you know it. There is no question what's going on. And we all have the opportunity to let go of what we no longer need. And at the same time, there's a lot of things going on that we have no control over. And we observe like we're watching something going on in a fishbowl. Don't get in the fishbowl. Just watch the fish. That's the secret to not being stressed out by what's going on in the world. Do not get in that fishbowl because there's sharks in there and there's stinging jellyfish and there's cute little guppies. But you know what I mean? We don't get in the fishbowl. We stay outside and watch. Okay, enough of me. I love you. Have a wonderful day, and I will. I'm looking for the stop button. Um, I'll see you tomorrow. Big love. Big, 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 big love.